All right, we're just 4 days away from the Caribbean Carnival, and it's going to be a huge celebration of tradition and culture.
Yeah, and of course, there's one part of Brooklyn that's become the epicenter of Caribbean commerce and community. Pix 11's Julie Millet shows us around Little Caribbean.
This area here in East Flatbush is known as Little Caribbean, and it's filled with Caribbean-owned businesses, restaurants, and other vendors. It's anchored here by this store, I Am Caribbean.
I think it's a home away from home for a lot of people.
Home is what it's all about at I Am Caribbean.
People just come here because they want to feel a sense of belonging.
Every item in the store is handmade by different Caribbean artists. Its founder, Shelley Worrell, is also the woman who pushed for this area in East Flatbush to officially be known as Little Caribbean.
I saw an epicenter of not only Caribbean community and culture, but also commerce of small business. So I asked myself, why in the city of New York, where we have several Chinatowns, several Little Italies, why wasn't there a Little Caribbean?
Worrell took that question all the way to the mayor's office, and it worked. Since 2017, the area on the corridors of Flatbush, Church, Nostrand, and Utica Avenues has officially been designated Little Caribbean.
It's really a vibe, just music, vibes, and just love.
Vibes indeed. Torianne Morales grew up here. She says she feels the Caribbean atmosphere the instant she steps out of her apartment.
The food over here be great. Sometimes people be making jerk chicken on the road. It be tasting amazing.
Grew up here. Moved here in 1991.
Giovanni Elliott told us the Caribbean influence was a defining part of his childhood.
Most of my friends I grew up with come from Haiti, Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, Grenada. So it was very diverse growing up here.
Little Caribbean is filled with stories like the one behind Mr. P's, the ice cream store, 27 years in the making.
Oh, I started making ice cream back home.
Patrick Victor migrated to the States from Trinidad in 1996, but waited until just before the pandemic to pick up his passion again here in Little Caribbean, starting first with just a cart before moving into his storefront on Nostrand Avenue.
A light bulb just lit up and I started.
The colorful, quaint store features strong Caribbean culture and family ties. His two sons help him behind the counter and in the community.
It's a great feeling. I serve a purpose, you know what I mean? I did something that could be handed on to the next generation, and it's straight from the heart, you know?
Heart is at the center of what so many businesses do here in the Little Caribbean neighborhood, and we're going to introduce you to another family-run business with a like-minded approach. That's coming up in a little bit, but for now, from East Flatbush, also known as Little Caribbean, I'm Julie Millet, Pix 11 News.
Nice to get the tour. Thank you, Julie. And tune in to Pix 11 on Labor Day for the New York Caribbean Carnival. We're going to bring you the parade on air online. It's streaming on Pix 11 Plus from 1 p.m. till 4. You can also head to pix11.com/carnival for all of our coverage. Well, we do have much more still ahead at 4:30, including sea turtles rescued after lightning hit a local zoo.
And what would you do with $30,000? Well, not just for you, but your entire community. It's a good problem for some neighbors in Brooklyn. Figure it out. Plus,
it's a place where all kids in Patterson can play. I'm Jim Vassell of Patterson's Pennington Park, and coming up, we'll show you the city's latest adaptive playground for kids of all abilities.
And be sure to join us at 7 o'clock tonight for a Pix 11 special new voice for New Jersey. The race for U.S. Senate. Dan Menarino is hosting the forum featuring Congressman there, Andy Kim, and his rival candidate, Cape May businessman Curtis Shaw. The two will face off in November for the Senate seat once held, of course, by Bob Menendez, who resigned last week following controversy. That's tonight right here on Pix 11 and streaming on Pix 11 Plus.